Hey, what is up guys? GuitarRock here. Welcome back to another Brown Dust 2 video. Alright, if you guys are not aware, we are now approaching the 2nd anniversary. We got the patch going on right now for a bunch of things. So let's talk about all the new stuff we are getting. A bunch of free rewards as well. And we're gonna dive into whether or not you should be pulling. For this particular one, it's gonna be the first week. We got Venaka, right? Now, as you can see, the post-summer night is going to, we'll be having an update for the season event, and this is going to be the rerun. Now, of course, we're going to have new characters as well. We got the Swimsuit Nebri right here, and of course, DJ Venaka. And then later on, I think Zenith and Dalvi will be given out for free, I believe in the second half, or maybe like next week, right? So we're going to have one thing at a time. So as per usual, there will be the usual stuff, and you can see these are going to be what you can purchase from the event shop, and these are the characters that will give you bonus, right? We got Bright Moon Dalvi, Robin Hood Zenith, Laid Back Lifeguard Nebri, and of course DJ Venaka. Now let's talk about the availability with permanent as well for the summer night pack. Now that one is going to be pretty good. One thing to consider is the season pass. Okay, this one will be reset, and there will be a few changes coming in the 2nd anniversary. Alright, the current newbie pass will end at the time of the update. If you haven't like completed it yet, make sure you guys do so. You get all the rewards in advance, and then I believe when this one comes, you can claim the new one as well. So basically, you are able to claim the pass twice, essentially, right? So the renewed newbie pass will be available for both existing and new players. So for any existing players that are still doing this, make sure you guys do so. Alright, it's going to be very, very important. Now the first time only dash package will be renewed at the 2nd anniversary. Alright, that one is going to be there as well. And you can see the 6-star selective costume draw will be renewed at the time of the 2nd anniversary update. So 6-star selective costume 1.5% and other 5-star costume 1.5% will be changed to 12 selective costume 3%. Now this one, I feel like most players are not going to pull right here specifically, but if you do see the value right here, now as opposed to you can basically get some off banners at 1.5%, it's essentially 50-50, right? 50% chance to get the 6, 50% chance to get the other one. Now it's like you select 12 and it's going to be like one of the 12, right? It's going to be a new system pretty much. The guaranteed 4 or 5-star draw count for the renewed selective draw will start from 0, so keep that in mind as well, right? So let's talk about DJ Venaka right here. As you can see, she is going to be one of the better characters to obtain. Let's just jump into the battle, or jump into the game and show you guys what do I think of her overall, right? Now Venaka is a very strong character. Right now, I feel like she is basically the strongest win DPS character in the game, alongside with Dalvi, right? So I feel like they are both neck and neck, depending on who you think is going to be better. And you can ideally use both in conjunction with one another due to how they are built, right? Because this particular one, we got this Venaka that helps with the wind vulnerability. Alright, very, very unique. She is going to basically boost wind damage of the other character, the other wind DPS, or in this case, her other own costume, right? Which is this particular one, the DJ Venaka. Now this particular one is going to reduce enemy resistance by 50%. Alright, that's going to be very, very good. And she is a magic DPS after all, so that's going to be what matters for her. And she will do a ton of damage, bursting with 600%, which is kind of insane, right? So my advice is, if you can afford to, this is by far the best DPS for wind type right now, especially if you don't have Dalvi, right? Now, even if you do have Dalvi, should you get this particular one? You can wait and see, alright, for the characters. She's not unique to like a limited character or anything like that. As far as I know, they did mention something along the lines that there might not be any limited this time around. So you can decide based upon that, perhaps if you're just like, you know, waiting to see what is happening. But if you need a win DPS character, then this particular one is highly advisable. Also, Potential Liberation is going to be recommended to increase her range. Now, I do think that for 700% multiplier, alright, I constantly use her in the Tower of Salvation. She's one of the better endgame carry for Magic Team, right? Because she bursts, and then if you go for the there's a few different ones that basically gives you, like, if you do chain less than 5, you do like a lot extra damage. You can go with that particular perk and pair with this particular one, because she doesn't really do chain damage. She basically just do like one instance of one shot, right? So could be good, could be bad, depending on what you're trying to seek out, right? If you're looking for like stack chain damage, then sure, she might not be as good. But ideally, she's a DPS. Usually, this particular costume, if you have this one, she would be moving at the end, right? So the last one to move. Now, both costumes, very, very good. Ideally, you want to get both so that they complement one another. But if you cannot afford or you don't have the other one, alright? So it's not that big of a deal, right? So I do think that this particular one, you can get it up to +3 just for the wind vulnerability. And then this one, like, this is going to be the more important one to basically get to as high as you can, because every single plus is going to give her more damage. Now, do I recommend pulling for Venaka? I would say she's a very good option still, especially if you don't have Dalvi. Now, if you have Dalvi, you can maybe get away with not having her as much, right? Get her up to +1, or maybe get her up to as much as you can. Or if you want to wait for a little bit, you can do that as well. But I don't think you are going to regret it, right? So she is going to be added to the Powder of Hope. So maybe you don't have to go as high. You can get her up to +3 or +4, and then use Powder of Hope for her later on. Definitely one of the better DPS characters as well. Alongside with that, you can see we are going to get a bunch of new stuff with the costume pickup schedule. Oh yeah, the Sword Maiden will not be added to the Powder of Hope, but the Luvensha, the current one that we have. Speaking of which, let's compare with the current one as well, right? So if I were to pick between Venaka and of course Luvensha right now, right? Because right now we also have Luvensha's banner right here. So who is going to be better, right? So we are comparing a dark type physical DPS to a wind type magic DPS. Now, if you are someone who is new and you are struggling in story, you gotta ask yourself, who is your focus, right? Are you trying to build a wind team, or are you trying to focus on the magic team? Do you have B rank idol Helena, or do you have Liberta? So you can decide based upon that, but both can carry you in a lot of PvE content for sure. I think Luvensha is also going to be very, very good. You are going to... I feel like she's also quite reliant on the other costume as well. Both are really similar actually, now that I think of it. Both have 2 costumes. There are 3 turn cooldown. So basically you have to decide upon that. But again, none of these characters are going to be limited. I feel like Venaka, at least she competes with Dalvi in that particular slot, right? But for Luvensha, her best competitor right now is going to be Ilenia. However, most likely we're going to be able to obtain one more costume for Ilenia, alright? So that's going to come very, very soon. So we'll need to stay tuned for that to see what is going to, or how she's going to be. But that's going to be the comparison between the two for the time being, right? So alongside with that, what else do we have? Let me do the free pulls first. We're going to get these out of the way. Can I get the weapon? I've been trying to get this weapon, but to no luck, no availability, right? So one more thing right here that I want to quickly mention as well. If you guys are not aware, we will also be getting some pre-registration for the 2nd anniversary, as you can see, from June 4th to June 18th. So I guess the 2nd anniversary actually starts on June 18th. This is like a pre-2nd anniversary for now, right? We're gonna get a bunch of tickets right here. And alongside with that, Loan Character Pass. You're gonna get Last Hope Loan for free. Alright, you get 1 copy of her. That's going to be, again, very, very good. And Last Hope Loan alongside with her SR item. And that's going to be what it is for this particular one. Make sure you guys do the following stuff for all of these pass requirements and stuff. I will be purchasing this as well to get all the rewards. I almost forgot to get all of this. So that's going to give me all of these rewards right here. Alongside with that, this one is $26. I don't think I'll be getting that, but yeah, the other one, definitely #worth it. Let's finish off the video with some quick pulls. Now, for those of you who are deciding for Sword Maiden, alright, so far I don't think she's needed to get to +5, but you know what, if you want to +5 her for collection, why not, right? These are limited characters collab that might not come back ever again. I don't know, they did hint somewhere that they could rerun this particular collaboration, but we have no idea if the characters will make a comeback or not. We'll see how that goes, right? So that's gonna be it for this particular video. Subscribe if you guys haven't already. I'll have some guides coming later today or tomorrow. With that, I'll see you guys. Make sure you guys turn on the notification, and feel free to catch me on Twitch if you guys want to watch the live streams and stuff. I'll see you guys next time. Have a nice day. Goodbye.